One of the coolest features about this bad boy is you can be pulling in solar right here. You can plug into your 20 amp right here, and you can make yourself a smoothie.
At home with Lucas here. So today we're going to be talking about ALLPOWERS R2500 portable power station. Yes, people, I got my hands on their beast of a portable power station. This thing is gonna work whether you're at home, off the grid entirely, or whether you're just casually going camping, RVing, going into a cabin. This thing is gonna work absolutely amazing. You can plug in a 1000 watt solar panel to it, which will charge this thing up in 1 hour. Yes, so if you have a set of solar panels that are 1000 watts, you're gonna be able to charge this thing up super fast and get back to using this thing. Not to mention the fact that it has amazing handles on it, so you're gonna be able to pick it up really easily. It does weigh about 50 pounds, so take note of that. It's not gonna be the easiest thing to pick up and move around. But what I always say is you just place it in your house, plug it into your wall outlet. If you have a power outage, boom, you're ready to go. You can plug in an extension cord, run it to your microwave, your refrigerator, your toaster oven, your air fryer. This thing will work with most household appliances, not to mention the fact that it has an amazing plug in it. This port will allow you to power your entire RV, so if you're off-grid RVing, this is definitely the power station for you. It's packed full of tons of ports all over the front of it, so you can literally plug in a little bit of everything to this bad boy, and it's gonna power everything really fast and really easy. So in this video, we're doing a hands-on with the box, quick unboxing and first impressions on said ALLPOWERS power station. After that, I'll be putting this bad boy to the At Home Lucas test to figure out is something you should buy or maybe skip altogether. I'm here for you, so don't have to waste your time buying and returning. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. So this is how it comes. This is the ALLPOWERS generator right here. That's a sketch of what's to come in the box. Let's go ahead and get out of this box and take a closer look. All right, that is everything that comes in the box. You have the generator, you have your setup guide right here, and then you have the power cable to power this thing up via the wall outlet. Let's go and walk around this bad boy right quick. So here is the power button right here. We're gonna push that on for 5 seconds. And there we go, we got 65% power right here. It's giving us a 24-hour timer, 18-hour timer remaining. Over here you have all your USB ports. They are completely water sealed. And then coming down here, you have your DC buttons. So you push that and now you have all of your DC buttons. You have 1, 2, and then you have that bad boy right there, 3, and 4. So these are max 20 amps right here. And then you have your DC output for your cigarette lighter. And then you have your 12 volt, 10 amp right here. All right, so that's really cool. Coming around to the side over here, you have this really cool press to open. So this is for expandable batteries. And then coming around to the back, you just have 2 QR codes right here, so you could download the iOS version of the app or the Android version of the app. Then you have more information on this portable power station. And then on the left side over here, you have your charging ports. So you're gonna be able to plug it into the wall right there. You have your reset in case something goes wrong. And then you only have 1 solar port on here, so definitely take note of that. Some have 2, this only has 1. And then you have a giant grippy handle over here, which is very intuitive because when you go to pick this thing up, that's exactly where your hand goes. And then you have a really nice place to put your tablets and your phones and your devices as you're charging them on top. I really like how it's a big plate right here. Okay, so first impressions, this thing is definitely made out of some pretty standard plastic right here. There's nothing too crazy about it. I'm not absolutely blown away by the build quality, but it definitely feels solid. We won't know until we pick it up and start moving it around, of course. I like the fact that these buttons are very loud and very clicky, and I like the fact that there's a light that pops on. And then of course the display is showing you a bunch of readout right there. That's a pretty standard display. I do like the fact that it has icons all over it to tell you exactly what's going on. So that's really awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get this over to the solar panels and check out how they handle solar.
Okay, here we go. We just plugged in our solar into the side port right here. I have it running down. On the other side of that fence, we have 600 watt solar panels. So we're pulling in right now 471. My other generator pulls in just about 500. And it can get up to 600, but with my solar setup right now, the way the sun's hitting it, I never get to 600. But this is really good. We're pulling in a lot of power really fast. So we're at 65 right here. We'll check back in a minute and see where we're at. We're gonna go ahead and turn all these off so we don't waste any electricity. Okay, it's been just over an hour. Let's go and check the percentage. We were at 65%. Holy moly, wow. Now we're at 89% in just over 1 hour. This is definitely a fast charger. Okay, let's get this thing paired up to my router. So all you have to do is you hold down on this button for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna see a Bluetooth icon and a Wi-Fi icon appear right there. Now this thing is ready to pair up to your router. You just open the app, you click on the plus for the Wi-Fi because this is Wi-Fi connected. Then you're gonna go through the quick setup process by putting in your Wi-Fi name. Then it's gonna scan and connect to your router and get this thing fully paired up so that you can connect to this thing from anywhere in the world as long as this is connected to a Wi-Fi network. So that is really, really awesome. Right, there we go. So we're at 99% right there. So that is just 2 hours. We went from 65 to 99. I'm going to call it quits right here. We're going to take this back in the house and get it plugged into some devices, but that is absolutely amazing. Very, very fast solar charging. 2 thumbs up for sure, especially since we're running between 100 and 400 watts. Yeah, so we have this little pocket heater in our living room. If we check the wattage at the bottom, this is a 250 watt with a low and a high setting right here. You always want to make sure you turn these on and off. You don't want them to be on all the time. It's about 10 to 11 hours remaining on low, only running 130 watts. So let's go ahead and crank it to high to 250 watts and see what it looks like. Okay, there we go. So we're at 250 right there, and it looks like we're going to drop down to 7 hours, just about 6 to 7 hours. Okay, here we go. We have my 220 watt solar panels. We're going to be testing this bad boy out for how well it can handle a lesser solar panel. So we can see we're pulling in 155 watts right there. Go ahead and turn on our Wi-Fi so we can check this on the app. There we go. We got our Wi-Fi turned on. So we're just going to let this sit here and see how well 220 watts powers up our generator. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be 14 hours on 160 watts. So 200 watts, that should drop down to around 10 hours. So that's pretty cool.
Let's run through their app real quick. So it's very bare bones, and I think this is like version 1.0 or something. So if you're going to add a Bluetooth device, you hit the top plus right there. You can, of course, check your output right here, and then you could turn on and off all of the things right here. So if you had an AC plugged in or a DC plugged in, you could actually turn it on and off to control the charging or output of the device you have plugged in, which is kind of cool. So you can do it right here. You can also change it to 60 hertz or 50 hertz. And in the top right corner, there's the 3 dots. You click on that. And this is actually where you get into some really important information. I kind of wish this was maybe on the main page or something because it seems a little hidden. So you have fast mode, mute mode, and standard mode. If you go through the instruction manual, you're going to learn that fast mode basically can take in the most wattage at a time. Standard mode takes in less wattage at a time. And then mute mode is very interesting, and I'm still not 100% sure what mute mode is, but it's something very interesting. Then you have eco mode right here, which you can turn on or turn off. And then of course you could have eco mode shut down time. So you could choose between 1 to 6 hours. The upgrade is very strange. You need a code. I've never seen this a day in my life. And then you can delete device user. Very strange. Not delete device, delete device user. So that basically means you're going to delete the device. Then, of course, you can change the name up top here. So we can just change this to At Home with Lucas. Real simple. There we go. So that is basically the app in a nutshell. It's very simple. There is a me section over here where you can change a few things, but not much. It's very, very bare bones and very simple. But there you go. The app works and it's good.
Talk about this bad boy right here. So this thing is going to allow you to plug in your entire RV or electric vehicle that needs this plug right here. This is the XD010 port. So that means you're gonna be able to plug this thing in while you have your solar running. You're gonna be able to charge up and run devices in your RV as you're collecting solar and powering this beast at the exact same time. So this is a total game changer if you're going somewhere where there are no RV camping sites and you're going completely off grid and you have enough solar to power everything. This thing is the way to go. Very easy. If you don't already have an RV that's fully electric, this is definitely a great thing to have. One of the coolest features about this bad boy is you can be pulling in solar right here. You can plug into your 20 amp right here and you can make yourself a smoothie. So there you go, we're pulling 200 and some odd watts out and we're pulling in 160 from the solar. So you can literally be charging this thing and powering other things at the exact same time, meaning you're gonna always have power regardless of your situation. That is next level right there. Okay, here we go. We're gonna be putting this to the ultimate test. We have my espresso machine, we have the blender, we have our pocket heater, and we have our TV right there, all going at the exact same time. So let's go and power these beasts up and take a closer look. So right now, just the TV alone, we're pulling in about 30 watts. Let's go ahead and get this thing heated up real quick. We're gonna turn that on and the wattage is going to crank up. Wow, we're already up to 1,000 watts of output right now. That is incredible. Let's turn the heater on to high. So now we're going up to 1460. Wow, people. All right. Now we're gonna turn on the blender. Wow, we're at 17. We hit 1700. All right, here we go. This thing is ready to go. I'm gonna push the start button. We're gonna make an espresso shot. All right, we got our espresso running. We're at 16 right there. We got our blender, our heater is on high, so that's 250 watts. We got our 30 watts over here. We're making our espresso, and we're at 1600, and this thing is going strong, people. No problems whatsoever. We're making our espresso, so if you're trying to make breakfast in the morning, this is the way to go right here. You got your TV giving you entertainment, you got your heater, you got your smoothie, you got your coffee, you can make your toast with a toaster, it doesn't matter. This thing is a true powerhouse. Okay, I've been using this thing for long enough to think of a full star rating. Let's just start off with the build quality. So this thing is still built really solid. I've been picking it up, taking it in my house for the past 2 weeks now, and it's really, really awesome. The fact that it has a very clear visible display that you can see from a distance is really, really great. It makes a huge difference when you're in the house. The only gripe I have so far is that there are no like full handle grips on it. It feels more like a half handle grip. And one thing I'm noticing is when I go to pick it up one-handed, I just don't feel like I have enough to grab a hold of. So they need to make this more of a full-blown pipe, or maybe make it so you can get your hands in here a little bit more, because if you're gripping this one-handed, it definitely feels a little bit off. I did go ahead and take off all the rubber protective caps off of this because I basically run this inside most of the time. It's never outside in the rain, so that is why I pulled these all off, and I think it looks fine without them. They do come on on and off, but you have to be very careful. So don't pull on them too hard because this part can break very easily. But all in all, I'm going to say that the fact that this thing can take in solar and charge this thing up really fast is definitely a plus. I love the fact that it tells you literally everything right here. So you can plug a device straight into here and it'll tell you immediately how long it's going to be able to run that device. If you plug in solar, it's going to tell you how long you have until it's fully charged. So that's really, really cool. The display goes on and off very fast. The app definitely needs to be updated, but other than that, this thing is definitely phenomenal. So I'm going to give this a very, very solid 4.95 star rating. I'm going to say highly recommended to everyone out there that wants a beefy power generator, portable power station, whatever you want to call it. This thing is awesome. Buy it. All right, there you go. That's the ALLPOWERS R2500 power station. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely clear to click that like button. And if you want to join the ALLPOWERS family and you want to be a part of this crew, smash that subscribe button and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.